my name is Erin Hussey, and I am an elementary general music specialist here in Reading. I teach at Birch Meadow and Wood End schools, grades K through 5. This is my second year of Reading and my third year teaching overall. So school was kind of hard for me, but music class was like the reason why I went to school. Band class, especially in high school, was like my thing. I found that I could hyperfixate on it, and it just like made sense to me. So a couple years ago on YouTube, I saw this video of this man reading the book, There's a Walk in My Pocket, to a Migos song called Walk It Like I Talk It, and it made perfect sense. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. So that had kind of been in the back of my mind for a while. I just seen the video and I remember it from time to time. And after watching the Super Bowl with Eminem and Dr. Dre, I was like, wow, we need to address the musical importance of some of the concepts that we hear in rap and hip hop. So, did you ever have the feeling there's a basket in your basket, or a neural on your bureau, or a closet in your closet? Sometimes I feel quite certain there's a curtain in the curtain. Sometimes I have the feeling there's a lock behind the clock, and that's up on the shelf. I have talked to him myself. That's the kind of house I live in. There's a ink in the sink. So for a couple of days, there were trickling likes and stuff, and then I woke up 3 days after I posted it to a bazillion notifications, which I totally did not expect. That was very overwhelming at first, but most of the reactions seem to be positive because, you know, we're addressing concepts that we address in music class and people just thought it was fun. So I thought I would do another one, and that one took off right away. Feet in the morning, feet at night. Left foot, right. Wet foot, dry foot, low foot, high foot. Front feet, back feet, red feet, black feet. Left foot, right foot, feet, feet, feet. How many feet do you meet? We got slow feet, quick feet, trick feet, stick feet, up feet, down feet. Here come clown feet. The kids thought it was amazing. I'm like, wow, okay, great. And I found it was very interesting. I started in grade 3. We do it grades 3 through 5 just for reading comprehension levels. For younger grades, I don't think this would work. But I found that I had even some kids that struggle with reading, but reading them to a steady beat. I had kids that were reading fluently, which I thought was incredible because these kids aren't reading fluently other times when they're not reading to a steady beat. So some other students have talked to me one-on-one, and I've kind of used it as a teaching point about internet safety because you can't hide online. You know, whatever you say online, comment sections, things you post, it's there forever, especially when you post a video like this. And it's an educational one, and it's fun. But if you post things per se that aren't that and aren't good for whatever reason, even if you delete it, it's still there. And just using that as a whole internet presence talk with the kids has been good. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Beep, beep, say, what a lot of fish there are. Yes, some are red and some are blue. Some are old and some are new. Some are sad and some are glad and some are very, very bad. But what are they sad and glad and bad? I do not know. Go ask your dad. So the musical concepts that I have been using with this project to tie in things that we study in class are mostly the idea or the concept of the steady beat. This is something that we start in kindergarten, even pre-K, is addressing that steady beat that you hear in music. 1 fish, 2 fish. And they're like, oh, that fits. But then when we get older, we address the difference between beat and rhythm for older students. So beat is the steady thing that you hear in the background, 1, 2, 3, 4. But rhythm is the way that you arrange the notes that you hear over it. So 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. 1 fish, 2 fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, or 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. And they experiment with all these different rhythms that they can create, which we could eventually put into written rhythms. So it all ties into music concepts, which is interesting, and it kind of goes really rabbit hole down that idea, but they love it. And it's books that they've been reading since they were little, with music that they think is cool. And we're not listening to the actual songs, we're just taking the backing tracks, at least freestyle backing tracks, but they really like it, and I think that's what's important.